Few days ago, the world's best gymnast shocked us. Not by her performance, not by winning an Olympic medal, but by quitting. This is Simone Biles, and she quit not because of a physical injury, she quit because she wanted to focus on her mental health. And because of this, among a lot of positive feedback, there was also a lot of negative feedback. People have been calling her weak, saying she's a quitter, a loser, a disgrace. I mean, just listen to what this guy said about her.
She's also very selfish, she's immature, and she is a shame to the country. She's totally a sociopath. Of course she's a sociopath. We are raising a generation of weak people like Simone Biles.
So, are we? Well, maybe we actually are. I mean, for starters, whoever signed up for doing sport and especially representing their country at the Olympics, there really isn't much space for weakness there. Let's be honest, they signed up for that. These people train at the highest intensity and pressure, and that's why the argument "you're too weak for this" is often true. Most of the people cannot ever put the amount of work it takes to become a professional athlete because they are not strong enough. But then again, in case you didn't know, with 31 Olympic medals, Simone is the most decorated women's gymnast ever. She may be the greatest of all time. She's massively successful, and it must have taken a lot of strength for her to get there. She definitely isn't weak as a person. So, why do people see her as weak despite all her achievements? Well, that leads me to the point of today's video, because more people need to start seeing our health differently. Truth is, if Simone quit because of a physical injury, let's say she twisted her ankle, no one would dare to call the greatest gymnast of all time weak, because her injury would be visible. We would see the damage on her body. But because we cannot see the damage in somebody's mind, we often see it as less of a health issue. And I believe that is one of the main reasons why today suicide kills one person every 40 seconds. Literally, more people die from suicide than war. It is a massive health issue, and that's why we need to stop seeing physical health separate from mental health. Simone Biles is not weak for stepping down. She is simply injured with invisible scars. And it's absolutely disgusting that she has to take all the negativity from people. She literally won 31 medals for the country, and the moment she steps down, people who sit on their ass, who could never put even 10% of dedication into sport, call her weak. They are enabled only because we see mental health separate to physical health, and it's time we stop. There are millions of people who go through things that no one can see, and because our society consistently attaches weakness to mental health, it's even harder for them to get help. They struggle to open up. They feel like they are weaker as people. They have suicidal thoughts every single day because they don't know what to do. Many of them literally scream for help. They wish they would be covered in blood so that someone could see and validate their scars. But they don't bleed. And sometimes in desperation, they make that final decision that takes one life from this world every 40 seconds. Only we as a society have the power to save them. Because when your arm is heavily bleeding, the first thing you do is go to the doctor to get help. You know that you have to heal it, and people should be encouraged to react exactly the same way when their mind or heart is bleeding. They need to treat it, just like Simone needed to treat her own health.
We are raising a generation of weak people like Simone Biles.
Let me correct you there, Mr. Charlie Kirk. We are raising a generation of ignorant and insensitive people who cause the rate of suicide to only go higher because they see mental health as separate from physical health. And so, as hundreds of millions of people feel under pressure every day, mothers, fathers, people who live from paycheck to paycheck, burned out CEOs, people who have no purpose in life, the least we can do is to come together and save lives by simply seeing their invisible scars.